Hello everyone, today I'm here to talk about the DOA Cell, which is basically a new way to have a terrarium on your desk. Stay with me. So, here it is, well, the packaging, and these are the products. First of all, let's clarify what DOA is, because we mentioned DOA products quite a few times. Most of you know that it's related to ADA, but what's the actual connection? DOA is the paludarium brand of ADA. So most of the DOA products are designed around keeping terrarium plants or keeping aquarium plants in dry, obviously very humid, but dry environments compared to an aquarium. The newest product of the lineup is this, the DOA Cell. Let's see what's in the box. It's heavy. There are a few terrarium systems sort of similar to this on the market already, but this has some new features that solve a lot of issues that these terrariums have. First of all, this whole thing is made out of glass. Most of these small terrariums are made out of acrylic, which is inexpensive, light, very easy to scratch. So that's why this product is really good. It's really difficult to make any damage on it, otherwise than breaking it, I guess. But yeah, you won't get the usual scratches that you get after usually a short time with the acrylic versions. It's made out of 3 pieces, and this is where it gets really smart. This is your planting pot, basically. You put the soil in this, you put the plants in this, without being disturbed by the closed environment. And basically with the other systems, you need to plant inside the box where you reach in from the top, and it makes it a bit awkward to work with and definitely difficult. In this one, you plant into the tray, you put the tray inside this water holder, let's put it that way, and then you cover it with the top lid. And obviously later on as well, if you want to trim your plants, you want to clean the system, you can take it apart really quickly and you can clean the cover. You can take out your plants along with the soil, and you can clean out the bottom. And this works as a drainage system. So there are holes on the bottom of the pot, so any excess water drips down and collects inside the bottom part. This way, the system is suitable for a huge variety of plants. You can use plants that need to be in constant water. Basically, if you want to keep aquarium plants in humid environments, usually it's recommended to have the soil basically wet, standing in water. But for example, terrarium plants usually don't like if the soil is completely wet. So in those cases, you just spray them from the top, any excess water drips down to the bottom, and it's just humid, not wet. You can keep aquarium plants, terrarium plants, ferns, orchids, carnivorous plants. I guess you can plant tomatoes in it if you want to. It has proper airflow since you have these holes on the top. So air naturally goes upwards on its own. The glass itself gets less humid. You don't have a lot of water dripping on the sidewalls. You don't get the whole glass covered with humidity, which can happen in these cases. In the box, you also get soil and substrate. This is the DOA Jungle Base, which goes on the bottom, and then you have the tropical river soil. Based on the type of plant you want to keep, you might want to switch up the soil system. For some plants, you might want to use sand instead of soil. This one is useful in any case because it lets the soil be kept aerated, and it lets the water fall through easily. So I would use this drainage layer in any case, but then on the top cover you might want to switch it up just before you start planting. Once you know what plants you want to use, check them out online and get some information what kind of soil they actually like to be planted in. And also, to the variety, you get different colors. And what I mean by color is actually the bottom part. If you want to have more, then you can have different colors. If you know upfront what kind of plants you want to use, you can match the colors of the cell. The main issues we've talked about with these kind of terrariums are basically solved in this one. You don't have any stagnant water because you can just take out the pot, throw out any excess water from the bottom and then put it back on. Also, the soil can get dirty after some time. You can just bring this to your bathroom, basically spray it with some water or maybe with a light shower, and any excess dirt comes out in the bottom, you can put it back. Also, sometimes in these terrariums you get algae growing on the glass because obviously the glass is wet, and obviously that moisture on the glass can start to develop some algae, but you can simply take it off, wipe it out and put it back on without being feared of scratching it. I'm going to use the soil that they provide for today's build. Now that it's all planted, I just put it in the bottom holder. You won't do it now, but you would spray the soil to have some moisture for the plants, and then put on the cover, obviously trying not to pinch for the plants. That's how easy it is to install one of these. So here you can see the versatility of the product, all the different plants, and obviously this is just what we've done. There are a lot of plants that we could have used instead of these. Depending on the type of plants, you might want to use some light, like proper lighting, grow lights. You can put it beside your aquarium where it gets some light from the aquarium lighting, or you can put it in the window where it gets direct sunlight. All this depends on the type of plants you use. Obviously, all plants have different needs and requirements, so definitely do your homework before starting your first setup. And the same goes for how often you want to put water in it, how high you want the water to go. Do you only want it to collect on the bottom, or you want the soil itself to be wet? This all depends on the plants. That's it for today. Thank you for joining me. Let us know in the comments which one is your favorite setup or what plants you would use. See you next time. Goodbye.